everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Knitrunpurlrrun, a knitting, crafting, running podcast. We're back from last week to catch you up on what we've been doing. The light's coming in right from our window here, so it's probably glowing right down on me, so I'm trying to dodge it a little bit. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Lila.
And we live in central Victoria in Australia. It's been a beautiful sunny day today. It feels very spring-like. We're starting to see daffodils everywhere and jonquils. So we might share some of our blooms as the weeks go on and we see more colour in the garden. So that would be nice. All right, we might start off with our finished objects. So Lila would like to start first.
Okay, so can you grab my sketch thing? No, my
shoes.
Oh, not my shoes, but no, it's fine. Just after that. So I had these white shoes. So they were just plain white. That Mum got for me, and I liked them, but then I thought I just wanted to spice them up a little bit more. So I got my textures that I have, and I coloured them in all different greens and blues. Now I haven't got the laces in these ones because I'm colouring the laces at the moment. So I did this yesterday because there was no school yesterday. So that was a fun project. And next one for me is those little things there. Next is I made these little, what I did was I got my textures and I just did little random blobs of colour everywhere, and then I traced it with blue pen, dark blue pen. And what I'm going to do is make it into a little book. So I've got the blues and pink, and then I've got just the pink, and then I have the greens and the yellows. So
What's your favourite?
My favourite, it's really hard, but I think the blue is probably my favourite, and second would be green. But that was really fun to do. I also did that yesterday. Okay. And then they both. It's fine.
So Lila had a pupil-free day at school yesterday. It was parent-teacher interviews, so she had some extra time to fill in. So she came up with some creative ways to kill a bit of time with her dad.
Yeah. So I had some old loom bands in this drawer. So I got my old loom bands, and then I got these paper bags and sorted them into little bags. So in here we have the little C-clips. These are loom bands. Now we have those ones, the pink ones, the red and the purple. And what I did was I sorted them in, and then I made a few little things. Some of them didn't really work out, but this one, I had it, and I made 2 of these little purple bracelets, just the normal loom band kind of design, and then it snapped, unfortunately. But I made some little successful things too, like this little ring. So if you put it on, like a little loom band thing, and then I made another ring that wasn't very successful either. It was a big fail, and that was a different one. That's like a fishtail kind of design. And then I have one last thing that I'm doing, and that's the sketchbook. So I got this sketchbook at Kmart for $4. So I've been doing some sketching, and I find it really fun. I was never really into drawing, but then I just did normal grey lead sketches, and I found it really fun. So my first one is this person, and as you can see at the top it says first sketch, and I don't know why I drew that, but it was just just a random person. Next one is a strawberry. So I tried to colour that, but it didn't really work. Next is apple. Now, but this is probably my least favourite sketch. Like, it's apple on a plate. So, I didn't love that one. I was a bit rushed, kind of, and this is all on the same day. Then I did a water tap. That's also one of my least favourites. That was just a simple kind of sketch.
So were you looking at an object while you were sketching? Or are you just doing it from memory?
I did that from memory, and I
tap.
did the strawberry, I was looking at something.
Yep.
The apple, I was looking at something in real life. And yeah, that was the person was just, yeah. And then I did a weekly plans thing, just to do that. And then I did a highlight of week, low light of week, but I didn't finish that. Then I drew me. It doesn't look like me. Like that just doesn't look like me, so I don't really know why.
Right.
This is my favourite sketch.
Let's hold it up and keep it there for a bit.
Okay. Well, this is my favourite sketch. The PowerPoint there.
Okay, yeah, that's very realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like that one, and I drew that by a
Just bring it closer there.
I need to turn that. Next one's the TV remote. I also drew that from a perspective. Then there's a magnifying glass. Oh, I don't like that. And next is next is a table number. So we're at a cafe, and I bring my sketchbook along and did that. Next is this face that I'm not very impressed by. And then I did a coat hanger because I was very bored that day. Because I'm not into woolen stuff, so Mum went to the woolen mills, so I was just kind of walking around, and then I saw a coat hanger, so I was like, I'm going to draw that. And then last night I drew this. I will try my best tomorrow, like on my whiteboard. So I have a whiteboard in my room. So on the whiteboard in my room, I will try my best tomorrow for parkrun, because we did that today. So I drew that. And then I just write some stuff, and then I did that little drawing down there. Yeah, that's kind of all I did in the sketchbook, and that's kind of all I have to say for today.
Okay, thanks, Lila. All right, so we'll just move on to what I'm wearing and my finished objects. So last week I talked about a bit of a fail with a jumper that I had made for Lila that she was finding too scratchy. So I've made some pretty heavy modifications on this so that we can at least get somebody wearing this piece of knitwear, because it is really a really nice wool and really like the gradient of the cream and grey. So first thing I did was cut out the sleeves and did one extra row of knit and then cast off. So just brought it right back to this yoke, circular yoke, and the same on the other side. So that was pretty easy. And the sleeves, what I did with them, I've still got them. I've actually felted these sleeves in the washing machine on a hot wash, and I'm going to turn these into hand warmers. So I will do a blanket stitch, and then the perfect size to just join, sew together, and then I'll cut them down so they're the same. I'll have really nice hand warmers for when I walk the dog at dusk each night.
So that's what they look like, felted.
Yeah, so it's a really dense, warm fabric now, which will be perfect to have some kind of rustic hand warmers. So that's hopefully will be finished for next week. But after I'd taken the sleeves off, I had a lot of trouble, and I'll just come in a bit so you can see, picking up, unraveling the waistband, because this is knit bottom up, and when I was pulling it back, I needed to start knitting again top down, which completely changes the way the stitches lie. So it's a little wonky, but you can't really tell. It kind of looks like a design feature, and it really didn't unravel smoothly like it normally would. It kept I needed to get the scissors in the end and just cut it back, and then pick up all the stitches, and then do another 2 inches just so it was a bit longer on my waist. So now it's really nice. So it'll be a really nice little vest coming into spring. And I wouldn't wear it. It's too thick and warm to wear as a summer top, but definitely a layering piece for winter. And you could put it a cardigan over and have your bare arms, and it would look, it's a really nice detail on the yoke. I tried to look for this pattern and I still couldn't find it, but it is very, very similar to the petite knit anchor sweater and cardigan that she has out. But it's from Spotlight. It's one of the Maker books, and this is an adult size pattern, so the small does fit. This I changed it a little bit for Lila, so it's for a child. I kind of just messed around with the numbers. So yeah, that's where it's from. So it's knit in pieces until you get to the yoke, and then it's all joined together and you just work the yoke in one piece. So I'm happy with that. I'll get some wear out of it. I kind of like the colours. I'm not really a grey person, but I think it looks nice with the cream blending through it.
Yeah.
So I was happy to finish that. We'll move on to works in progress. Lila, do you have anything that you're working on?
No, not at the moment.
So,
everything.
all right. I'll move on to I've only got two that I'm actively working on at the moment, and one of them is the socks, the Stephen West Mystery Sock Along, and I'm really enjoying these. It's so much fun.
Is this the last thing for you?
Yeah, almost. So where I'm up to now, I've done the heel, which is a slip stitch heel with a colour change, which is really good. And then it moves up to the gusset decreases, and they're made with a cable. So you can see there's a cable that is winding down through the foot there as you decrease. So and the stripes continue again. So there's this brick stitch pattern. There's the zigzags, and then you can see that it's going into the zigzags again. So it's really interesting. I love working on the with the fine needles and the fine wool. I really like those tiny stitches for some reason. It's very satisfying to knit really tiny stitches and get that really dense gauge. Almost looks shop bought. So we've got our big dog here. His name is Noodle. He's a rescued greyhound. And he's really like an oversized cat, but he's very affectionate and gentle boy.
And the cat I was holding just then is also our cat.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the pets are inside today. Yeah, so I have almost finished Clue 3, and Clue 4 was released yesterday, so I should have one complete sock finished by next week as well. So I'll continue to put them on. I did try them on, and they are quite tight fitting, so they'll need to go on sock blockers so that they stretch out, but I can still get them on around my heel. So that's them. The other work in progress is Lila's step-by-step sweater. It's called by Florence. Haven't worked on yet any of this week. We just need to add the sleeves, and then that will be done. It's beautiful, and it's a really nice fit on Lila, and we still have another month of winter, so hopefully she'll get lots of wear out of this. Yeah. So hopefully by next week too that I'll have the sleeves done on that one. So that's really everything that we've been working on today. We'll talk a little bit now about our running this week.
Oh yeah, this week we did parkrun. So I did parkrun with my friend. Mum wasn't really feeling up to parkrun because she kind of has a bit of a cold. Yeah,
so Lila and her dad and a friend from school and her dad met this morning and did the 5K park run that we have in our local botanical gardens. It's beautiful.
I did a PB.
Lila she keeps knocking the time down, so running well. Watch out there, boy. I've had a bit of a cold this week. I haven't done as much running. I did a very hilly 10K through the bush on Wednesday, which completely flattened me, and I had intended to do 12K because I'm training for a half marathon, but I really pulled the pin at 10. I just was so fatigued and thought that was enough that day, and so hilly. I think we had 180 meters of hills by the time I'd gotten back home. Yeah, so I'll get back into following my program tomorrow and move on from there, and just put it down to a week that didn't go to plan. That happens as you get older, and you know, we can't beat ourselves up for not managing all the running that, you know, we think we have to do. It's, as you get older, it's really about running for enjoyment, and hopefully as a bonus we can run some good times still, but it's definitely not the main focus. So for this half marathon, I don't know if there's any runners out there, I'm setting myself a goal to break the 2-hour mark, and I've definitely done that before when I was younger, but haven't been close to being able to do that recently. So I'm sort of setting myself I think a realistic goal, but at the same time you just never know what can happen on the day, but trying to be positive and enjoy the running and mixing it up through the week so that I do some fast and slow stuff.
So that's kind of,
yeah, so that's really the week that we've had,
because we showed a lot of stuff in like the kind of first week, so it hasn't really been much happening in the next week.
We haven't been able to put the comments on, but
we'll try
to put the comments section open so that anybody that watches can leave us a little comment, how we come across with our lighting and our sound,
any
and
tips
our setup.
as well.
Yeah, if you enjoy the content or what you'd like to see more of, less of. We're going to keep these really pretty short, like today's probably going to only be about 18 minutes. So, and then we can do it regularly. Yeah, so enjoy your week, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and looking at what we've been doing. And hopefully we'll see you again next Saturday afternoon. Bye.
Bye.